In this video, I'll be discussing myths about Soccer Manager 2022, and according to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you do end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. It is free and you can always unsubscribe later. Enjoy the video. Alright, so we're going to be discussing myths about Soccer Manager 2022, so let's get right into it. So the first myth we're going to be discussing is international teams. Now, the last time we saw international teams was in Soccer Manager 2018, and then in Soccer Manager 2019 this feature was removed and we haven't seen it since. Now, I can confirm that international teams will not be in Soccer Manager 2022, although there has been talk of an update featuring international teams. In my personal opinion, I don't think that international teams will be added to Soccer Manager 2022, but I do think that international teams will be a feature added to Soccer Manager 2023. Moving on to the next myth, and that is Sim to Date. Now, if you do not know what Sim to Date is a feature in FIFA that allows you to simulate to a specific date in your career mode. And this will not be added to Soccer Manager 2022 because there has been no confirmation by the Soccer Manager developers. And besides, Sim to Date is a FIFA feature, and I don't really see Soccer Manager trying to copy FIFA in any way because they want to create their own game with their own features, and I respect them for that. Moving on to the next myth, and that is player faces. Now, there will be no player faces in Soccer Manager 2022. What I mean by player faces is literally the players' faces like you'd see on TV, but I guess the players will be looking like Wii characters once again in this year's game, and I must say the player faces look very similar to what they looked like in Soccer Manager 2021, but hopefully we will see player faces added to Soccer Manager 2023. Moving on to the next myth, and that is offline mode. As you guys know, Soccer Manager 2021 was not available offline, and this really upset people. So people ended up turning to the offline versions of Soccer Manager, which is all the Soccer Manager games before Soccer Manager 2021, and yeah, unfortunately Soccer Manager 2022 is not available offline, and this again really upset people, including myself, because not everyone is able to play the game offline. Moving on to the next myth, and that is commentary, which has been a very highly requested feature, and commentary will not be in Soccer Manager 2022 because there's been no confirmation or mention of commentary being added in this year's game. My thoughts on that? Well, it would have been nice to have commentary while you play the game because it would have made the experience a whole lot better, but hopefully we can see commentary added to Soccer Manager 2023. Moving on to the next myth, and that is create your own player, which is again another feature in FIFA that will not be added to Soccer Manager 2022 because not only is it a feature in FIFA and not only is it a game mode on its own, but like I mentioned earlier, Soccer Manager want to create their own game with their own features, so therefore create your own player will not be added to Soccer Manager 2022. Moving on to the last myth, and that is licensing. Now, you've got a UEFA license, you've got a FIFA license, you've got league licenses, and Soccer Manager don't have these licenses. You guys have seen in the previous Soccer Manager games, they don't have the licensing for the kits, they don't have the licensing for the trophies, and at one point they didn't even have the licensing for some of the team logos. Now, in this year's game, they do have the licensing for the Bundesliga. I'm not sure for exactly what. It could be the licensing for the trophies, the ball, the kits. We'll have to see. But there will be no licensed kits or trophies in Soccer Manager 2022. And I don't see there being any licensed kits or trophies for a very long time because it's so expensive. Although they did get licensing for the Bundesliga, which is progression. But that's all the myths I have for you guys in Soccer Manager 2022. Let me know if I did miss out on something in the comment section below. But yeah, that's all the time I have for you guys, and yeah, that's me.